Hello and welcome to my channel. This time we are painting this minimalistic, simple yet beautiful landscape painting in watercolors. So stay tuned till the end to enjoy the full demo. I am beginning with a simple line work done with a graphite pencil on a watercolor paper. I began by marking out the two endpoints of the horizon line a little below the center line so as to give a good composition. The cluster of the two houses together is also marked a little off center vertically, again to give a good composition. This is just a basic line work, so not too many details will be shown at this stage. Now I am wetting the sky area with a water loaded brush. This will facilitate the wet in wet technique of painting the sky. For the sky I am using ultramarine blue and a little bit of cobalt blue for variation. A link has been given in the description for videos on various other watercolor techniques that can also be used to paint watercolor paintings. If you are a beginner especially, you may want to know more about them. You are most welcome to go through them later. I am sure you will find them useful. For the lighter sides of the houses, I am using a very light version of ultramarine blue and Prussian blue. And for the foliages now I am using lemon yellow, sap green, and I will be adding a little bit of Prussian blue, raw umber, and also a bit of black towards the end when we show the darker sides. The bushes in the foreground are painted in lemon yellow, gambuge hue, sap green and Prussian blue. All these colors mentioned are not mixed all together at once, of course. Rather, they are picked up one after the other or intermittently as required from the color palette from time to time. I am lifting some paint here with a brush in order to make way for some flowers later on. The undersides of the roofs and their shadows are painted in raw umber, Prussian blue and a bit of black. And now for the darker side of the house I am using raw umber, burnt sienna and a bit of black. The roofs are now painted in orange and vermilion hue. And now that the initial washes are done, I will be adding more and more details in subsequent layers with the same colors as mentioned before, but maybe with darker values so as to bring out the details even more. The background trees can be done in very light shades of raw umber and Prussian blue. They need not be too prominent. We'll keep them quite hazy so as to bring out the depth in the painting. Watercolors tend to dry lighter than when applied, and so many a times we need to go over and over the layers repeatedly until we get the desired result. This is especially so if the paper is of an absorbent quality. You will also find me softening some of the edges here and there with a damp brush so as to give it a softer look. This is also called the feathering out technique. Just a few suggestions of grass strokes are done in raw umber and Prussian blue. We are not going to do too many details as we are going to keep this as a minimalistic, very simple landscape. Now I'm splattering some paint on the foreground and on the foliages for a textured effect. The trunks and branches are done in raw umber, Prussian blue and black. I'm just adding a few leaves in the foreground in sap green and Prussian blue just so that it doesn't look too empty. Let's just make the roofs a little more brighter so as to make them more cheerful and interesting. Let's add some finishing touches here and there. And our painting is done. Do subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon for notifications of future videos. Hope you liked the video. If you liked it, do give it a like. Leave your valuable comments as they are most welcome. And do share the videos with your friends. You may also click on the end screens displayed here to enjoy more such videos. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for the next video.